Hey guys, it's Radiant Breeze doing a video on Dragon Age Inquisition. This is a review, PS4 edition, and let's get started with Dragon Age's world. Dragon Age Inquisition is a massive game. I've played 70 hours of this immersive world and I haven't even experienced half of all Dragon Age Inquisition has to offer. The world in Dragon Age Inquisition feels real and packed with detail. Once you venture off into the many massive sandboxes that form Dragon Age Inquisition, you run into many different people with their own village, interesting and intriguing stories. Some of the lands that you venture off in are packed with quests and things to do. Some of the places that you venture off in Dragon Age Inquisition have no people, quests, or towns. So what would end up happening would be players exploring land with nothing but land to be found. Next, let's go to its gameplay. At the beginning of Dragon Age Inquisition, you can choose between 4 unique races that are intelligently balanced out. These are the humans, the Kunaris, the elves, and the dwarves. Depending on what race you choose, people will act slightly different towards you. You can choose between 3 different classes in Dragon Age Inquisition as well. You can choose between the mage, the rogue, and the warrior. Basically, the mage wields magic, the rogue fights with the bow and the daggers, and the warrior fights with 2 or 1-handed swords with a shield. The rogues and the warriors are tons of fun to play, but I had one major problem with the mages that I couldn't overlook. While you're casting spells as a mage, you can't move. This makes mages vulnerable while they're casting spells. The gameplay itself in Dragon Age Inquisition is a massive amount of fun. The leveling system helps different classes learn different abilities that can be a game changer in combat. Every time you level up in Dragon Age Inquisition, your character receives a perk point. Perk points are the currencies that help you get abilities. Different classes get different skill trees where they can use their perks. This is a generally fantastic leveling system. When you're actually fighting against enemies, you really only spam one button and use your different abilities, or you could use tactical mode. Tactical mode is a bird's eye view of your battle, which is more strategic than straight up combat. This would be a great feature if there weren't problems with it. Sometimes the horrendous tactical camera gets into the most awkward positions, which discouraged me to play tactical camera any longer than I did. These problems with the tactical camera would usually occur when you're indoors in Dragon Age Inquisition. Another great thing about Dragon Age Inquisition is that when you're battling or venturing off into Dragon Age Inquisition, you can venture off with a party of 4, including yourself. This brings life to your adventures and makes your custom character feel important. While you are in combat, you can control any member of your party. This is a great feature that shows a team of game developers going the extra mile. While you're playing with your custom character, the AIs of your other party members are capable of in combat. The difficulty of your enemies depends on what difficulty you put the game on. I recommend you play on normal or hard. You get the most enjoyment out of these 2 difficulties. In Dragon Age Inquisition, the potential for looting was so promising, but in the end, it falls short from its expectations. You can go through the whole game only wearing 3 different armors. One thing that Dragon Age Inquisition gets right in looting is that you can equip armors to your party members. The crafting in Dragon Age Inquisition is completely outstanding. It is in-depth and widens the variety of armors by hundreds. The crafting goes from using different furs to make your armors stronger to dyeing your armors to make your character look more stylish. The War Table. The War Table is a phenomenal feature in Dragon Age Inquisition. It gives you a sense that the war and the problems and politics in this game are real. While you are at the War Table, all your commanders of the Inquisition circle around you and wait for your commands. The story. The largest negative in Dragon Age Inquisition would have to be its story. The plot of Dragon Age Inquisition is about a character, a custom character that you can create, being blessed or burdened with a mark that can close rifts around the world. The main villain in this game is completely forgettable. This story is definitely not a reason to buy this game. The multiplayer. Dragon Age Inquisition's multiplayer is terrible. It's obviously a cash grab for BioWare and is extremely disappointing. You basically run through dungeons with other people. You rarely get any useful weapons or armor for your custom character unless you pay real money for these items. The graphics. Dragon Age Inquisition has simply outstanding graphics. When I traveled to different areas in this game, my mind was blown when I saw the amount of detail in this world. The lighting is amazing and the textures are truly breathtaking. The character faces are acceptable and the game stays from 30 to 60 frames per second. The audio. I absolutely adore Dragon Age Inquisition's soundtrack. It is truly phenomenal and the fantastic voice acting makes Dragon Age Inquisition world feel even more real. Dragon Age Inquisition is filled with glitches, but luckily none of these glitches are game-breaking. I give Dragon Age Inquisition a 9.2 out of 10. Amazing. It has great world design, great graphics, massive amount of content, phenomenal soundtrack and voice acting, and great real-time combat. On the other hand, there's disappointing loot, bad multiplayer, awkward tactical camera, forgettable main villain, uninteresting plot, and a hell of a lot of glitches. That's it for today, guys. That's my Dragon Age Inquisition review. Great game. I recommend you get it if you already haven't. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video.